That should work.
Now can we hear it?
Now you should be able to hear us.
Hello.
So it didn't. The first thing didn't go through. So welcome to our Thursday night live stream.
I'm Rachel.
And I'm Joe.
And we are Two Crazy Ketos.
And if you're new to our channel, welcome. Here on Two Crazy Ketos, we do different things like recipe videos and we do product reviews and we talk about various keto topics. And every Monday, we sit down on the couch for Keto on the Couch. We just kind of talk about what's going on in our lives for the week.
You can find us on different social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
And we have a website, which is twocrazyketos.com, and that's where you're going to find all of our different recipes. Now, we do upload at least 5 new videos every single week, so make sure you subscribe to our channel.
And don't forget to hit the little bell icon, and that way, every single time we upload a new video, you'll be alerted to it. I have an eyelash.
You have an eyelash?
It's going right into my left ocular cavity.
I realized what's going
Sideways.
on over here. So, you had something you wanted to talk about.
Well, we'll talk about it through. I know you wanted to show a product. I see somebody talking about my shirt, which is from Schitt's Creek. Ew, David.
Hold on, we missed
one
something.
of my
is here.
My favorite.
There we go. Now we
recent...
just got to get that little... There we go. Now I feel better.
Okay. I didn't even know what was happening.
Well, yeah, because I was doing stuff with Bronson and we had to film all the kids ministry stuff, so it changed the keying on there.
Oh, okay.
So, how is everybody doing here?
Yes.
Let's see who is in here real quick. So, Chris said, dang, Renee beat me to it.
Yay!
Renee is here, of course.
What's up, Renee?
Steph is here.
Hey, Steph.
Shaw is here. Susan
Shaw.
is here. Kim is here.
Hello.
Kim said, I've missed many live streams in the last few weeks. It's been a busy few weeks. What are we talking about tonight?
Well, I can get... Okay, so I was thinking about something this past week, and that is sometimes, like, I get frustrated with people that, like, you know, we talked about yesterday. We had a video that came out yesterday. We filmed in Universal. What were some of the reasons you can't or shouldn't be on keto? And we had a really fun time doing a premiere with that so that we could, you know, be chatting at the same time that the video was being shown for the first time.
We'll talk about that in a minute.
But what I was thinking is that sometimes when with non-keto people, we have the same vocabulary, but we have a different dictionary.
That's true.
So we're using the same...
Like, what's your definition of a good diet?
Exactly. So we use the same vocabulary. Mm-hmm. Like, for instance, I use this word, berry. What would berry mean to most people? For a lot of people, it would be a raspberry, blueberry, a fruit. For me, it's a doctor.
That's right.
All right? This would be a doctor for me. But I was thinking, for instance... What would you say is your meaning of vitamin? Vitamin. What does vitamin mean to you versus what a vitamin may mean to somebody that's outside of keto?
I think most people, when you say vitamin, they're going to think of a pill.
Yeah. And before keto, I always thought of a vitamin as a supplement. It came in a jar. Right. But now I think of it as food.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a good point. Let's see who else is here real quick because we have a bunch of stuff we want to talk about tonight. Okay, I'm lost. Wow, we're way behind. Okay.
This is good. This is awesome.
Okay, Chris said if you only have got one of the beef email support. Oh, okay. So I'll let Chris handle that. Mary Jo is here. Gail is here. Heath is here.
What's up, Mary Jo?
What is that? Rihanna's here.
Hey.
Maitreya is
Welcome.
here. Caboodle is here.
First live.
Lots of people in here.
We're so glad
Lisa
you're here.
Lisa is here.
Hi, Lisa.
Confident and Fit Mom said just finished raspberry cheesecake keto chow ice cream.
Yum.
Kim is here. We said Lion Girl is here.
Hey, Lion
Sonia is here.
Angie.
Lots of people saying hello to everybody. Maitreya said I bought one of those Ew David shirts for my youngest brother's wife. His name is David.
Oh, how cute is that?
That is awesome.
So I was in Walmart today and it was on sale for $5. And I was like, what a bargain, right? Because I feel like this would be in Hot Topic for like 20.
He said Thursday may be my second day of the week. Let's see. Myra is here. And Becky is here.
Hey, Becky.
Christine is here. Just got my Keto Chow box from the big sale. Looking forward to trying some recipes.
Ooh.
Shauna's here. Said hello, everyone. I'm
Shauna.
here. Dinner tonight was Keto Chow ice cream. Hopefully, I get these stomach issues together.
I hope so, Shanta.
Okay. So,
Hey, Rhonda.
Steph said, I had a neighbor say she wished she had my willpower and could cook all of the foods I do like a woman.
I cook so simple. Yeah, we got her. We've been taping a bunch of recipes that we're just trying to make as simple and easy as humanly possible. My mom actually called me and said, I did the microwave mug cake today for dinner. It was like super easy, just like you said, Rachel. And I was like, yeah. If I'm doing it, you know it's got to be easy.
We have been super busy filming a bunch of videos. Like I think we're averaging filming like 2 or 3 a day right now.
At least.
Just trying to get ahead because, like I said, we wanted to pick things up come February and lacrosse season's getting ready to start. I had a great conversation with Bronson today.
I am excited.
We've got some really good information coming up on a new video on doing keto, and I'm excited about this. It is definitely going to ruffle feathers. It's going to change the way that you look at eating and counting macros and counting calories.
You're gonna be so happy though.
You're not gonna ever worry about counting calories, regardless. Even like Dr. Berry talks about not counting calories. You're never going to look at calories again, even if you're eating 3 or 4 times a day. But I mean, it's really interesting stuff. I'm excited to share it.
Me too.
But a couple things we want to talk about. So last night we put up our video. We got up our vlog video. We wanted to get it up. Our goal is to make sure you're getting at least 5 videos every single week. And we discovered that little premiere thing. I have always known it was there, but I never understood what it was. We decided to play with it, and a bunch of you guys joined us, and we were curious what you think of the premiere. So if you don't know what a premiere is, it's basically we launch a video, and at the time it launches like a live stream.
Yeah.
And at the time it launches, there's a live chat for the duration of the video, and we're kind of like we can chat live, but while we're watching the video with you
for the first time.
And so we want to know, for those of you who are there, did you like that aspect? Because a lot of people have talked about they miss Keto on the Couch being live. So we were thinking
Some people hate it live.
At least every other one launching Keto on the Couch in that premiere fashion. So like say 9 a.m. or 8 a.m. on a Monday morning. It'll go up as a video, but for the first hour or whatever that it's up,
we'll be there.
We're there in the live chat and we can talk to you. Yeah. So let us know what you guys thought about that last night.
Yeah.
Darcy said vitamins equals meat.
There you go.
Lisa said got my keto chow order in today. Christine got her keto chow in.
Awesome.
Oh
yeah.
Maureen said I get so excited every time you have a new video.
Bacon and eggs. Bae. That's my bae.
Shell said, I think you're going to miss your cruise. Bad news came out today.
Oh.
You know what? Here's my thought. If the cruise is canceled, it's bad news, but it's good news. At least for me. Because
we're putting it toward next year.
We're going to go next year, and next year's leaves out of Florida.
I could have told
but
you.
It'll be a bummer. But if it does get canceled, that means we're going to have an extra 10 days to travel the country and see some people and go visit my mom. So
I'm excited about that.
It's a win-lose. I don't know.
I knew we were going to
I want to see everybody now, though.
I knew we were going to get an answer, though, the moment we clicked pay.
Yeah.
As soon as you pay that last dollar, it's like, oh, yeah, no, we're canceling.
Yeah. But that is why that we have delayed. We haven't bought our plane tickets to Houston yet because I'm like, I don't want to deal with having to deal with plane tickets and that kind of stuff. But yeah, we did pay for it, so we will just be going next year.
Guaranteed.
So, yeah, let us know about that.
Becky got her big bag of the Keto Chow chicken, and I saw Heath and Shelly made some delicious Keto Chow drop biscuits on a video today with some gravy that I'm like, I just wanted to like spoon up that gravy. It looks so good.
Okay, so Shell said, I think you're going to be, read that one. Maureen said, I get so excited when you said new video. I said that.
Thank you.
And so let's see. Heath loves the premiere option.
Awesome.
Angie loved the premiere. She was there.
Thank you.
Matreya said she had no idea about how to find the feature. So you don't even have to find anything. So if you're subscribed to the channel and you've hit that bell button for the notification, as soon as we go live or a premiere is happening, it will alert you. But it'll also show up in your feed that, like, it'll show up like a video, but on your feed it's going to say this video is premiering at 8 a.m. or at 8 p.m. And what that means, if you come back at that time, you can even tell it to remind you when it's going to start. So you come back at that time, the video will start playing, and we're in the chat. It even has a countdown of like, hey, the video's starting in 10, 9, and then we're in there. So we liked it. We had a lot of fun with it last night.
Sometimes we're just dusting in our living room and hit the live button, and then you're in the live there, right? Where I'm vacuuming.
Steph said, I'm for anything where there is a live chat.
Awesome.
Christy said, I watched it, but I was like a goober. I didn't realize there was a live chat.
Hey,
That's
Christy,
okay.
You're never a goober.
Darcy said, I need that bake cup.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, I want to say I got this at like Ross.
Oh, yeah?
Ross, Dress for Less, where we get all of our keto products and some clothes and cups, and just there's everything at Ross.
Mm-hmm. Shauna said that if the cruise gets canceled, it gives me a chance to have the money to go next year.
There you go. I like that.
He said, oh, darn, we can't tune in for Keto on the Couch because Shelly will be at work.
Aww.
That kind of stinks. But it's going to be a video just with a live chat, but then also be the video like you always are used to. So it kind of gives the best of both worlds. We're not broadcasting it live. Believe me, broadcasting live is great for me because it's no editing. Keto on the Couch takes me 4 hours to edit.
It was fun to have some people in some different countries to chat because of the fact that it was last night and it was late, and you know, it was for them it was a different time. So it was just cool. I love it.
Carol said, I'm so excited. I got the 7-day challenge and the chef's bundle from Keto Chow. I have 2 shakes in the fridge ready to start on a 7-day at least Keto Chow.
Oh, I can't wait to see.
I'm looking down there. Do I need to, let me know if we're low on volume. I'm seeing that that's not coming up to like 10. Do we need to raise the volume a little bit? Let me raise that up just a touch.
We don't want to blast you.
I don't want to blast anybody out. Chad said every so often, once I have enough of a nice sized pot, I'm going to cook them. Chad said, I just recently joined the Two Crazy Ketos Facebook page. What a tremendous page.
That's because you guys
that is not us.
Awesome.
That is definitely not us. Patty didn't realize it was a live chat.
Volume is good.
Okay. Liz said, I love Ross.
I know, right? It has everything. And TJ Maxx and Marshalls, although I think they are the same store. And
They're
Home
all
Goods.
the same store. Chris said, did anybody else watch the 2KK cereal review? Joe spilled almond milk on the black cloth.
He
I'm sure did.
And I don't know, we're already getting some very mixed reviews on that. Mm-hmm. And once again, you know, taste is subjective. We say that all the time. We're going to give you our honest review. To me, the bigger picture was just this leg of my keto journey going into 2021. I am not just going to scrutinize the ingredients and look at that particular item, but also be like, what else could I be having? And then weigh my options.
Right.
The other thing that I'm taking from this is we're sticking with total carbs. And I don't really, like, I'm okay that other people are net carbs and maybe I'm the weirdo, but I feel like no matter what, total carbs is going to help me stay on track no matter what they try to do with products.
Right. Now, here's the thing. We've got a whole video coming out on this because when we say we're sticking with total carbs, which we have always done to a point, that's not necessarily 20 total carbs.
No, it's definitely not 20.
It's not 20 total carbs, but this goes back to what we talked about, Bronson. So you've got to make sure you subscribe to the channel because I'm telling you, it's going to blow your mind when we start talking about the total carbs and fat and macros and protein. And we're super excited about it, but we're getting ahead of ourselves on it.
I know.
So,
I'm excited.
But here was the thing about it. If you didn't see that cereal video, go watch it. Because I have to say, like, I picked that up wanting to bash it because it's General Mills. And I really have a hard time supporting any major food company who is jumping on the keto train because you know that they're only trying to make a buck. They don't care about our health. Whereas Keto Chow and Keto Brick and even to like something like Cereal School or Keto Bars or Nush, these companies who have spawned from people within like this community, they care about your health. Like I know Chris and Miriam personally, they care about your health. Like I know John from Keto Bar personally, they care about your health. Keto Savage Robert cares about your health. General Mills doesn't care about your health. They care about the bottom line.
Well, and I think we're at an important crossroads here in keto. It didn't go away. It wasn't a fad. People are living the lifestyle. So moving forward, there will be a little bit of change in landscape where big food gets involved. And now you're going to see, are we going to have the mom and pops put out of business
right,
by the big supermarket chain type level of food?
So I wanted to just bash it. But I have to say, I mean, it's not the cleanest ingredients. There are definitely cleaner options for keto cereal. But I applaud them for at least trying. And I would be super happy with that cereal if they took the word keto off the box.
Just say it's sugar-free.
Just say, like, sugar-free, because it's not that much more expensive than a regular box of cereal. But my feeling is it could be a little bit cheaper because they're not that much cheaper than Cereal School and Magic Spoon and all those. And those companies are smaller, which means they're paying more money for their raw ingredients and they're having a better quality and there's not a giant difference in price. So I feel like General Mills is trying to take money, make money on keto. But I think it's a better option for our children if you're not going to get them on keto. Like, at least it's not loaded with sugar and chemicals.
Very true.
That's my thing. But go watch that video. Speaking of which, y'all know that we like to have canned chicken breasts in the house.
So easy and quick.
Costco brand.
Mm-hmm.
Ingredients in this, it's actually better than most, right? Chicken breast, water, seasoning, and the seasoning is salt, modified food starch, sodium phosphates, and chicken broth. So I'm not happy with the modified food starch. Sam's Club's got one now, Chunk Natural Chicken Breast. It's chicken breast, water, and salt.
And that's it.
And so
that's the same price.
It's the same price. So if you have a Sam's Club membership and you want to have some, and this is it's actually very tasty. If you want to keep some for emergencies or just to throw on top of a salad when you need to up your protein, this is much better than this one. We won't buy this anymore now.
Yeah, now that they're the same price and you're getting that giant can, which I love. But yeah, yesterday, 5 minutes, kettle and fire bone broth, mixed with a can of that. I'm well on my way to dinner. I love it. It's 5 minutes. It takes like no time at all.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Rhonda said, I know where you're going with this calorie thing, Joe. I'm an accountant. I've been analyzing, journaling, everything for the past 6 months. I know it's not about calories.
Yeah.
Patty said volume is good. Denise said, in another group, I asked a hypothetical about net and total based on the cupcake video with Anthony when you said you could eat lots and lots of zero net carbs just to get people to think.
And here's the thing. I want you to know that I'm not coming for your sweet treats.
Mm-hmm.
What we're going to be talking about, you're still going to be able to enjoy stuff. That's not it. I enjoy food. I mean, y'all know I can eat. But it's just like being smart about stuff and just knowing all of the information instead of saying like, well, I would rather be fooled by these companies that are manipulating the net carb thing. This is moving forward. We'll be able to make educated choices no matter what kind of shenanigans that companies try to pull.
Right. Shauna said, so maybe it's a low carb cereal, not a keto cereal. Now, I'm not saying it's not a keto cereal. What I'm saying is I would be really happy with them if they took the word off of keto, and then I wouldn't feel like they were trying to make a dime, trying to profit off of the keto craze, and instead just marketing a healthier alternative to what we're normally feeding our kids. So, like, if you ask me, like, if they made Flintstones and then they made whatever brands they make, I think that's Post, but that's besides the point. And then they made this whatever, Wonderful something, Wonderlicious cereal.
Mm-hmm.
If you put Wonderlicious sugar-free or Wonderlicious light or something like just took the word keto off,
yeah,
I would really be on board. And it does have good keto macros. Not as good as the other companies, but again, it's just because of the company. I don't want to support a company trying to make a buck off of keto.
Yeah, like if they said it was Kix and then sugar-free Kix, then you'd be like, oh, okay, I know where we're at with this. So, like, this is the diet form of this.
Right.
You know?
But you have to watch it.
Yeah.
Chris said, I care about your health. Note, that applies to everyone but Heath. He has the warden to care about his health.
That is awesome.
Steph said, I took Joe's advice, stayed under 20 total carbs, and ate so much today. Stayed all carnivore except for keto chow that went into coffee.
Yeah?
Shauna said, I want to watch the video to see if a good option to put a little on top of my keto chow ice cream.
Yeah, it's definitely a crunchy topping.
Okay, Fanny said total carbs for this girl. Liz said, I agree, net carbs once in a while is probably the best. And again, it's more about a cap. It's not so much about the net versus total. It's about a cap.
Yeah.
And it just comes down to not overdoing anything.
Right.
Steph said, I stick those that I think we are all on a journey or should be. That just isn't going to happen. Shauna said, still trying to get caught up on videos. I'm now 4 days behind on YouTube videos. They're talking about low carb Houston. Chris said the low carb Houston page still has 2019 and 2020 information.
Have you ever, like, the kids often might have like a teacher every now and then. One year, every kid would have a teacher where it was like the last time she she updated her class page was like October of the previous year, and you're like, ruh-roh.
Let's see. Darcy said, love Sam's. Now they have curbside pickup. You know what I like about Sam's? Joe down in Pembroke Pines.
Yes.
Tell me about this.
Okay,
and every store needs to have this. And that is the walk in and scan everything on your phone and pay on your phone and walk out the front door without ever going to a register.
And they just
And why does every store that has self-checkout not have that?
It is so fun. And then they still stop you to make sure you haven't, like,
and they
left without
scan
something.
a couple of items. They scan your phone and then they scan a couple items to make sure it shows up. If those stores, those big box stores are going to have self-checkout, why can't you just have, and why have they not put that in Walmart?
Keeps the line moving.
There is no line, right? The only line we wait on is the line to go out the front door.
I love it.
And then BJ's sort of has it where you can scan stuff, but it doesn't go in a cart. You can't pay there. But I like in BJ's is it actually will tell me that they have a coupon for it.
Huh.
So when you scan the item, I'll be like, this is $5.37, and there's a $2 coupon for it.
Yeah. All right, I got another one. I want to see.
Wait, Rhonda, thank you very much for the $10 super chat. She said, I love you guys. Now, boy, you guys are really harsh on General Mills. Rachel, I've never seen you like that before. You're so sweet, but you were harsher than Joe. I'm just not used to seeing that. You go, girl.
I think, you know what it is that I really am thinking about how I made some choices last year and I was a little bit too reliant on companies, and then I felt like I got a bad outcome. Mm-hmm. Like I went into it going like, okay, this is just 5 net carbs for this snack. And I know in the back part of my mind, I was like, well, this thing says it's 25 total carbs, but it's 5 net carbs, so I'm sure it'll be fine. And I watched inflammation and the scale creep up and all that kind of stuff, and it just made me feel like I'm smarter than this, Rachel. Like I can make some hard choices. I can say to myself like, okay, the 20 is not a magic number. Nope. And let like, who created that number? Mm-hmm. Like I would rather just tell me the whole story. I can take it. Like yep. I know I can take it.
Darcy said, love Sam's. Now they have curbside pickup. Christine said, I love Sam's canned chicken. Maitreya said, I'm pretty new to I'm pretty pro keto chow, but yeah, I am not going to be making savory chicken ice cream anytime soon.
Yes, you do not want to do that. Or the beef. Liz said,
Sam's chicken, canned chicken is great on Maria Emmerich's carnivore crust with red onion and the what is that? Which barbecue sauce is? SF barbecue
probably,
sauce. Which one is the SF?
If you had
sugar-free?
There you go.
And sugar-free. Any sugar-free, right?
Yes.
Pam's, what was that? I missed it.
I see Susan. Hi, Susan Benson. She said that she's taking out cheese and nuts and keto treats out of my diet to reduce cravings in the evening.
That is awesome. Gail said, Rachel, I'm loving your hair. I think it will be at your shoulders this year.
It might. It might. Okay, so I have another word. What would this word mean? What does it mean to you versus maybe even yourself before keto? Because I would say that health, like good health, would mean I'm on under 5 medications. If I was to say good health, I'd be like 5 or less medications, because we've had more than 5.
Right.
And I can remember being like, we're getting healthy. And so there was like this gradual reduction in some meds. And we're like, okay, well, maybe that's as good as health can be.
Right.
Right?
That's
like,
good.
marginal.
That's what people say. Shell said, I don't mind so much as the name is keto, it helps me to find a few things, but I always look at the label, because if you've ever looked at anything labeled cauliflower, doesn't necessarily mean it's low carb.
So true.
Almost everything that's labeled cauliflower is not low carb, because they are usually adding cassava flour. Like they have cauliflower chips and cauliflower cheese doodles, and we saw a cauliflower cracker and cauliflower pizza crust.
Oh, man. Joe has to go back to Costco because he actually had a thing where it was...
I picked up a bag of cheese things that was right next to Parmesan crisp, and I was like, these look great. I mean, in the picture, and didn't even think to look on the back to see that they were adding in like oat fiber and stuff. And it wasn't super bad, but it wasn't only just cheese.
It wasn't what you planned.
And instead of being 1 total carb per serving, it was like 4 or 5 total carbs, and I'm not willing to do that with a cheese crust.
Yeah.
So just like not paying attention,
like,
sometimes
it.
getting excited. Kim said, I'm struggling right now with keto and low carb treats. I'm up 10 pounds since Thanksgiving. My meals are on point, but then get home from work and give in to so many calories in treats. Help.
Well, if you need to eat something in the evening, try a can of chicken. Try something where it's like, because a high protein is going to satiate you in the moment.
Yep.
And that's honestly a lot of times what I need to get past. I need to get past the moment. I need to feel full. Like if you try to eat a couple chicken wings, I fill up a lot quicker on chicken wings than I do on pretty much any of the, like I could eat way more nuts than I can eat chicken wings.
Yeah.
There's something about the protein in the moment that like squashes it.
We'll give you a little hint with the Bronson thing. When Rachel said she's bringing eat protein if you want to eat something, I want you to consider protein 0 calories. Eat as much as you want so long as there's absolutely no fat in it.
How about that?
So you're hungry?
Think about that.
Eat more protein. Just protein.
Yeah.
Just protein. Like literally, like grab a can of chicken breast as lean as you can get it. And don't worry about the calories in it.
A tube of turkey.
Yeah, don't worry about the calories in it.
Ground chicken.
So think about that, then watch for the video next week. Bob said, how companies jump on a keto bandwagon and a smidgen of MCT oil and lots of fiber.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Yes.
MCT oil, like...
And fiber. Play the fiber game.
I feel like MCT oil can be like the squirrel of keto, right? Like if they put MCT oil on it, they're like, don't look at anything else. Look, there's MCT and oil in this. It's completely safe.
Yep.
Completely.
Maitreya said my total carb cap is 30, but it's only 30 if I'm eating vegetables.
There you
if
go.
it's fat bombs and schoolyard snacks and dairy, then it's 25. I have no rationale for my rules, but they work for me. And that's the most important thing. What works for... Some people can't eat more than 10 total carbs. They just can't. It's their way, their metabolism.
50.
Yep.
Some people eat 50 and are completely fine.
Yeah. He said, I hate doing self-checkout. I don't work there. I'm about time and efficiency.
Yes.
I'm not a fan of self-checkout. I'd much rather let the girl do it and make sure she has a job. But if there's a line of 15 people and then their self-checkout has nobody...
He doesn't wait well.
I don't want to wait. And again, I look at everything I do is how much is my time worth? And for me, in my mind, maybe not realistically, but in my mind, my time is worth a lot. My time's worth like $500 an hour.
So, right, because he's that impatient. So, like, what he'll do is, like, he'll pick up the can and he'll be like, I want this chicken, boop, in the cart.
Yeah.
And then, like, you're done with it.
And then I walk out. So, yeah, so that's for me. I mean, if there's no line, I will always go to a cashier. But if there's a long line and no line at self-checkout, I'm going through self-checkout because I want to get out of there faster.
Yeah.
Becky said Walmart. I hate that this thing jumps. I wish it would just let me get further behind.
Just let me do this.
Okay, so Becky said Walmart is working on self-pay through the cell phone. It's still in a beta mode.
Oh, that's
okay.
neat to
I
know.
keep seeing stuff, but then, yeah, you go in a store that doesn't have it.
Yeah.
Steph said, I prefer total carbs because it keeps me accountable. It has helped me kick sweet treats. Now I no longer crave sweets and don't need snacks.
Wow, that is like flipping awesome.
Jessica loves self-checkout. I can do it faster and be done, and I'm super picky about how I want things bagged.
If I go with the boys, they always want to do this self-checkout. I think it's a little bit of like, let's play, you know, like the grocer. Like, I want to play grocer. So it's like, I just love watching them. It's like Caleb and Anthony together, like booping it and like putting it in the bag. They just enjoy it.
Yeah. So Catherine said, we're gonna really upset people. I go back and forth between which is better, net or total carbs, so I'm interested in a video that you have coming up, and I can see the rationale for 20 total, but I also like to eat my vegetables. Well, what if we can show you how you can have 40 or 50 total and still stay in ketosis?
And lose weight.
So that's where you're going to be interested. Rhonda, thank you very much for the $5 super chat. Said, totally understand. Beginning next week, I'm going total carbs like you guys. However, once a week, I am doing 30 net carbs, but I'm going to subtract only half the fiber, which is something that Dr. Berry recommends.
Great idea.
Heather is here. Said, hello,
hey,
in and out, but I'm listening. Phil is home tonight.
Yay, and happy birthday. Phil recently had a birthday. Let's sing to him.
Myra's, okay.
Here we
right.
go.
I forgot about that.
Here
He
we
got
go.
a cool truck.
I know, he got a rad truck. All right. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Phil. Happy birthday to you and many more.
You know what? I know she's not in here.
No more snow at their house. It's like a blizzard every day.
I know she's not in here, but you know whose birthday I believe is today?
Who?
Nisha's.
It's Nisha's birthday today?
I believe it is today.
Is it?
I believe it was today. I know it was this week. I believe it was today, though.
Well, can we sing and then maybe get to her?
Yeah, somebody send it to Nisha. Chris can sing it to Nisha.
Here we go. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Nisha. Happy birthday to you and many more.
So Myra said, I'm a cashier. You're hurting my feelings.
Oh,
Again, that's why
sorry.
I will always go to a cashier if she's available.
Yes.
My thing is that Walmart likes to have one lane open with like a cashier and then 45 self-checkouts.
At least when I was at Aldi's, you had like 4 registers and that's it. Maybe, and a lot of times.
Your job just wasn't cashier. Your job was everything in the store.
But what I'm saying is visually to the customer, I feel like it's better to see 4 cash registers with only 25% of them open than to have 40 checkouts like they have at Walmart with only 25% of them open.
Chris said, if you're having success doing net carbs, you do you. If you're stuck in a 1-year stall and gaining weight, it's time to go back to the basics and do total.
And again, you know what I like? I like us having the conversation. Because sometimes in some circles, you can't have the conversation. It's net carbs or get out, right? And so that is never, so here, if you're a net carb person, we love you. If you're a total carb person, we love you. If you're just thinking, I want to check out and see what works for me, so I'm going to try a little of both, we love you. It's okay to have the conversation, you know? And just because, you know, I enjoy ribeye and Joe is like, well, that may not be my favorite cut of steak, we're still get along, right? Because we all have different tastes and we all have, you know, different needs. So, I mean, I like the conversation.
Even if you look like Keto Chow, I mean, I don't know. I don't even pay attention to the label. I know what it was before the government decided that acacia gum is no longer a fiber and we can't deduct it anymore. So Chris can remind me now, what is a total carb on a Keto Chow right now?
I want to say it's like 9, I mean, at least for like the vanilla, I think it's like 9.1 total carbs. So there you go. If you have 50 total carbs in a day, let's say. If you have 50 total carbs in a day, you have no problem.
You can have 3 Keto Chows.
No problem.
And you can even have 1 small snack, but it wouldn't allow me to have 3 Keto Chows and then go eat another 50 carbs in junk. So that's where we just talk about a limit, just putting some kind of a limit. But we're even more past that at this point. Confident Fit Mom said, I prefer cashiers to keep me employed, but if the store is swamped, then I head to self-checkout.
Yeah.
Kylie said, since keto, I'm down to just my thyroid medication.
Oh my Lord, that's awesome.
Jenna said, hello, Joe and Rachel.
Hi.
How hockey sticks.
Oh,
Double
hi.
hockey sticks.
That's cute.
I like that.
That is very cute.
Carla said, I'm a type 2 diabetic, so I have to do total carbs. It messes with my blood sugar.
Yeah.
SY said, I may have missed it, but did you say there might be a good limit for total carb count? Yes, and we have a video coming out on it.
Yes.
Pam said, still learning labels, so many things are so bad. Lynette said, I broke my year-long stall eating only keto chow.
That is such great news. That is exciting.
Okay, Carol wants to know, what do you guys think about lupin flour? I've not messed with it a little too much. I had a little bit, and then it kind of went bad. Just understand, some people may have some allergies to it.
Yeah.
Because of its origin. So it's something that you kind of have to mess with. I believe, if somebody will correct me if I'm wrong, that Kim Howerton has messed with it a little bit.
Yeah.
I think she may have a couple of recipes on it, but I have not played with it enough to really get into it. Steph said, health for me is med free, better mobility, and not blowing up like a toad and being around longer for my family.
That is awesome.
Maitreya, thank you very much for the
Team
$5
ribeye.
super chat. Said Team Ribeye.
I'm all about the ribeye.
Fanny said, by the way, I love the keto shelves behind you. Thank you.
Thank you.
We're messing with things a little bit here and there.
IKEA.
How
much did you pay?
$23.
$23?
No, it was $19.
19.
It was $23 with tax.
$19.
And it's actually well made. A lot of the
Yeah.
stuff at IKEA is garbage.
Yeah.
Maureen said, I have to figure out total carbs. I'm a night snacker. Christine said, since keto, I've gone from 5 meds to 0 meds and no CPAP.
Wow. Wow.
I have to tell you, before we got into doing RV stuff and reviewing things and talking to people in the RV industry, I never realized how many people are on CPAP machines.
Yes.
And that they literally have changed RVs. They've changed the layout in the bedrooms because of the CPAP. Like, how scary is that an entire industry redesigned their bedrooms to make sure that there is a shelf next to every bed so that somebody can have a CPAP.
And so what we are praying to be able to do is get in there in this RV world and help some people change that CPAP shelf
to a phone shelf.
Yep. Or to where you put your water before you go to bed. But let it be your bookshelf, something else besides the CPAP.
Yep. He said, Autumn and Robert both called me Hungry Heath for a while.
Hungry Health.
Oh, Hungry Health. Okay, I'm sorry, I didn't read it right either. Susan said, I'm healthy, reverse type 2 diabetes, but stay on metformin, thyroid hormone, and due to genetic blood clotting disorder, so I have to stay on blood thinners.
Wow.
Oh, that was the same one. Okay. Let's see.
Maitreya said, if I'm ravenous after my workout and know it's not just thirst, I have a hard-boiled egg and kosher dill pickle spears. That is really good. I would always just try that first. Yep. And I was always somebody that, especially if I came home from work, there was something about the ride home from work that made me ravenously hungry. And usually when I would come in the door from work, if dinner wasn't like ready to be eaten, I was in that refrigerator doing a drive-by. Mm-hmm. And it was usually something that was higher in carbs. So try a protein first and just see how that goes. Just a strict protein.
So Christopher is here. I didn't see him earlier.
Hey,
he said, I usually count protein as 4 calories, LOL. That's the funny thing, is your body can't use protein for energy. It's a very last resort, and it absolutely does not want to use protein. It's the protein, your body will use protein as a building block for muscle, but not for energy. So when your body was going to always use ketones first for energy, and then it'll use your glucose. But that's why if you take an exogenous ketone, your body's going to burn those exogenous ketones. Then it's going back to glucose. Why does it do glucose? Glucose is the easiest for it to make because it's going to almost all your foods, and it's easy for it to get it from the carbohydrates. Then it goes to fat. And then if there's no fat and there's no glucose, then and only then will your body try to create energy out of protein. but it takes 4 times more energy for your body to convert protein to glucose. So it does not want to do it unless it absolutely has to.
It's like water. It will go through the path of least resistance, right? It's very smart. You know, like sometimes our emotions aren't very, like, don't have a lot of common sense to them, but our bodies, there's no emotion in it. They're trying to do, like, what can I do with the least amount of effort? Because I want to save all this, because we've got a lot going on in this body that we've got to make sure has some fuel.
And Maria Emmerich talks about a lot of this stuff too. That's why we love her, because Maria Emmerich talks about, like, everything for her is based on protein. Like when you look at your macros on her calculator, it's based off of your protein. It's not based off of percentages and, you know, all of these different things and how many calories. It comes down to how much protein are you eating. Annie said, I love pickled eggs lately.
You know, when we tried it for Fear Factor, I had never had a pickled egg before in my life. And now I like it too. Now, it depends, though, on what level of vinegar water. Sometimes it's like...
And is it red?
Sometimes the vinegar water is like, whoa. And sometimes it flavors it really, really good.
Okay, this like way jump. Oh, so yeah, I knew I was right. Heather said it is Nisha's birthday.
Awesome.
Okay. Maitreya said Stoka bars and Mission meat bars.
Darcy says, I admire you still go into the store. Have been doing my grocery shopping online and doing pickup for over 5 years. That's really cool. I didn't even realize that they had pickup that long. That's really cool.
Chris says, everyone has their price. Joe is a buy one, get one free coupon that saves you $5, but it takes 30 minutes to redeem.
There you go. Very true.
I've even changed a lot of that. So, okay. I just read a bunch of them. Becky said, health for me is having my mood swings reduced in my weekly battles with PMDD, reduce bloating by switching the eating mostly meat.
That is very important too, is what are the ingredients doing as far as, are they adding or harming my chemicals, like the serotonin levels and all that, whereas some people may not have to worry as much as I do about that. But if you've battled with anxiety, depression, those, like, what different foods and chemicals do to that part of your emotional health, I'm scrutinizing that a lot more than maybe another person would.
Right. Kay Gonzo said, still debating if I should buy the February Keto Crate as I want to eat all the snacks in one sitting. Did you see our Keto Crate video? If you're looking to buy February Keto Crate, do not buy the February Keto Crate.
Brutally honest.
No, honestly, if you have that kind of an issue where you're going to eat the whole box, don't get it. Just don't get it.
Maitreya says Stoka bars and Mission Meat. I love both of those things. I'm so sad that we're losing Stoka bars.
Yeah, well, they're gone now, unless there's anything left at Amazon still.
Yeah.
Rian said, I love self-checkout. I'm way better at them than any of them if it makes me happy. Darcy said,
I read
that one already.
I think that self-checkout is great for privacy reasons. In some cases, if you get my drift. Yes. Oh my gracious. If you've ever bought like a laxative, boom. If you've ever purchased a laxative,
or if your wife sends you to get like certain feminine
products of any Gas X. When we would go and it's like you had to have Beano. Thank the Lord we don't have to purchase that anymore. But when you did, you were like, can I just have the checkout person that is like talking to me and not looking at my groceries at the same time? Like, please don't break eye contact with me because you're holding my Tampax.
Renee said, when I first got my orange car, I would open the kitchen door to the garage several times and look out and say, hey, you sexy thing.
Oh.
Sonia said, are good pork rinds good or better than the daily rinds? I really like the daily rinds, but haven't tried porking it. Nothing's going to beat the daily rinds.
No, because they're
fresh.
Super fresh baked.
And
fried.
All things being equal, if you bought a package of daily rinds today and you bought a package of pork and good today, and let's say they were both fried on the same day, The daily rinds are going to be fresher longer because of the packaging. The Pork and Good are a very thin wrap, and we like Pork and Good.
Yeah.
But if you're gonna ask me, the daily rinds are that much better because they're fresher.
Yeah.
They make them and then ship them out right away. They're
Very
not
small
sitting
batch.
around for a long time.
Yeah.
We've opened several bags of Pork and Good, like, because we would hoard it. And like where they're 3 months old, 2 months old, and they're no longer very good. They're very stale. And it's just because of the packaging. If you're getting them and eating them right away or within a few weeks, you're good. But if you're going to let them sit around, they don't.
We've learned to purchase in appropriate amounts,
Right.
not like this company could be going under in any second, and so we have to buy every single one that they have.
Yep. Chris says 9 grams of total carbs in serving a keto chow without heavy cream.
I knew it. I knew I was in the ballpark.
I just couldn't remember what the total was, but now I think it
3 keto chows.
According to the FDA,
carbs.
now it's like 3 or 4 net carbs, whereas it's actually like 1 or less because you can deduct acacia. If there's any fiber you want to know, what can I deduct? It's acacia gum. Okay.
Yeah.
I will tell you, acacia gum is not going to mess with you, and if you're looking for something like an MCT powder or any of those things where they have to bind it to, find one that uses acacia gum and you're gonna be good.
Well, and here you go. So it would be fine for total carb protocol. It's not gonna hurt anything. And here's the proof in the pudding. There's plenty of people, including us, who've done 3 keto chows a day. It is a sweet, delicious treat. If you get the sweet flavors, it's delicious and sweet. And we've been able to stay on track. It hasn't caused me to gain any weight. I didn't gain any inflammation. To me, it's like the proof is in the product itself.
Well, I will say this. So I have lost a total of 2 pounds since January 10th, eating only keto chow with eggs. Now, it doesn't sound like a lot, and it was really concerning to me. However, I've lost 6 pounds of fat and gained muscle. I think I actually gained like 7 pounds of muscle. So like there's a huge difference. Like, and there's a difference in the way I feel, there's a difference in the way my clothes are. So like, and that's something, it's because I weigh up my protein. Like I'm eating more protein right now than I've ever eaten. I've never eaten 150, 170 grams of protein a day.
Same.
So it's really interesting. Shauna said, way better, better than late. Hi, everybody.
Hey, Shauna.
Lion Girl said, during the week, I do 20 total carbs, and on Sundays, I do 40 total, so I can include sweet treats. That's what we've always done.
Brilliant.
We need that. Caboodle said, my wife is getting closer to going on keto. She actually asked me this week, how many fat bombs is too many? Baby stabs.
Hey, I love fat bombs.
We're going to give this away.
Hello, friends.
So
let's chow, shall we? Who would like to chow with us?
So we opened up this box last week. We're going to give away this particular
box.
box.
We still did not lick it.
No.
It's still safe from
Ready?
our saliva.
We're going to go over to the screen.
And we're going to pick a winner. Here we go. How many people want to try this bad boy? Wow. 279 people, and the winner is Krazy. Ooh, me likey. Ooh, me likey you too, girl.
So Kat won. That's awesome. So Kat, do me a favor. Send me an email at joe@twocrazyketos.com with all of your shipping information, and we will ship this right out.
Ooh, me likey is going to be what I say all week long. Just prepare yourself, sir.
Shelly said I do 12 total carbs on most days. Only get half of that.
There's Joe.
There he is.
Hi all. Better late than never was preparing the car. Well, you absolutely blessed our lives. Just to let you know, in case you didn't hear it before, Joe is so happy that you turned him on to scanning everything at Sam's.
Yep.
That, like, yes. You should see him, like, skip out of the store. Like, that office, what was it?
I feel like
Depot?
I'm getting away with something.
It's the most wonderful time of the year. Every time he shops.
So we ran to Sam's Club the other day, and Rachel came with me, and so I'm going through, and I'm scanning stuff. And
I'm just throwing shoes underneath his thing. Yeah, hey, you're scanning.
And I'm scanning it, and you get to the end, and there's like 5 people on each line. And I literally swipe, pay and walk. I feel like I'm getting away with something. I'm like, bye. You know, and people are looking at you like,
I did not let him do any nanny boo-boo dance. None of that. No. Be nice. You be nice, Joe. Hey, Tanya.
Okay, so Pam said, I noticed when you make your keto chow, your cups look full. Mine are almost half. How much water do you use?
Yeah.
A lot.
We do.
Because we're volume people. So, and water is not going to hurt. It may water it down a little bit, but if you let it sit longer, it kind of thickens back up anyway.
That's the hardest part.
Waiting
for keto chow.
I'm going to go get a cup and let you read a couple so we can
Okay.
Because I think this is a lot of people ask this.
Yes. So Lisa says, since keto, I've gotten off 3 diabetic meds and no longer have my fatty liver. Like, that is so stinking awesome. I love that. Liz says, IKEA's out of stock of a lot of stuff because of work from home people needing desks. That makes total sense. I couldn't even tell you what the name of this is. It's like Fartfignugan or something. You know how like the name is like, I will never remember the name. It had like 2 Z's and a bat signal in it. So I do not remember the name of this shelf. I just know that it was $19. Tanya says, hey, 2KK family from Alaska. Long time since I've been able to join. My rheumatologist said I could come off of my Rimicide. I'm cautiously optimistic. Woohoo. I'm cautiously optimistic. That is stinking exciting, Tanya.
Okay. So just to give you an idea. So this is a keto chow that has 3 tablespoons of butter. That's about where it should be. I think they say, depends, it's like 14 to 16 ounces of water.
We put 27 labels on this thing.
Oh, I know, right? What we usually do is we do 3 tablespoons or 4 tablespoons or 5 tablespoons of butter, depending on what we're trying to do. And then we put our keto chow in and we fill the water all the way to the top. We go all the way up here. It's just watering it down to give it more volume. And then sometimes we'll add a little bit of xanthan gum, or we'll add some beef gelatin, which is going to also thicken it back up. We do the same thing with heavy cream. We just always add more. But generally, we make everything in our Vitamix, and we make it in the 64-ounce container.
Just easier.
I just fill the water all the way up to like where it starts flaring back out. And I know that that's going to give me 3 blender bottles right up to the threads. And that's just how we do it. And it's just so you get that little bit more.
Right. Because I can chug keto chow like very quickly, which is why, I mean, it's so funny. Like, why have we learned to make ice cream? Why have we made like our custard? Because we were like, how can we slow ourselves down with the keto chow? Because the drink, we always just drink it really, really fast.
Mm-hmm. Christopher said, I remember my CPAP machine. I had to use that thing for so long. It was so annoying. It feels like a forever ago now.
Yeah.
That is so awesome.
We've talked to so many people who have even just gotten off of just like having to carry oxygen with them, even going shopping to the store, and how they had to accommodate that before, and now not having to do that. Like, we just rejoice. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm excited about that.
Yep.
Like, I just want to see more of that this year.
Shelly said, I still use my CPAP, but I haven't gotten retested yet. I'll bet you if you get retested, you don't need it.
I bet.
I mean, you're doing so phenomenal. Both you and
are.
Heath are just doing incredible. And I'm excited for the day that you don't need that anymore.
P.S. Like, on Instagram today, like, we got, like, a picture of Shelly. You're gorgeous. Like, you just look so pretty today.
Pam said, thanks, Chris. I was scared to do that, thinking it would, I think it may ruin the flavor.
The thing just like...
Christopher said, I like daily pork rinds, but the seasoning doesn't stand out. They didn't taste flavored to me. Pork and Good has amazing seasoning, but you can buy their seasoning and add it to the daily rinds.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Chris said, speaking of Chow Club, isn't there a giveaway? Oh, see, we were behind. But I did it. You're falling behind.
Well, that's cute. Scroll down. I see Deb
I'm
says,
trying to catch up.
I'm stopping Keto Crate and switch to the Keto Chow Club. Also switch more to 1-ingredient foods as much as possible. And a few items like Keto Chow and Keto Brick.
Chris, $5 super chat.
Balls. We did another recipe today where we had to say balls.
Nice.
And then you had to say we have to squish the balls down.
Liz said, I'm so sad. I learned to love Bones coffee with heavy whipping cream, and I seem to lose more when I don't drink it. Probably just a weekend thing now. So Aaron does the WW, who used to be Aaron does the keto. Introduced us to a milk frother.
Yes.
So you can get them on Amazon. I'll put a link in the description when we're done. And it will froth almond milk.
I can't stop playing with it.
And it is amazing. So it thickens it up.
It makes this like the almond milk, which is like, come on now. Almond milk is like very thin.
And I'm talking about 2 ounces. Like not a lot. Like 1 to 2 ounces. And it gives you like a latte.
You know what it reminds me of? Like a butter beer topping. Where it's got that thick thing. And if you're okay adding like a little sweetener straight to the almond milk, it's crazy good.
And you can put a drop or 2 of liquid sucralose or stevia or even like a squirt of the skinny syrups in there.
Yep.
And it will change the game. So try that instead of the heavy whipping cream, because it does, when it frosts it up, it does something magical and makes it a little bit thicker. And it's really good.
I had a picture on my Instagram, and also it's on the Two Crazy Ketos Facebook on the stories. And you can see that is the top. All that is what 2 ounces of almond milk whipped up in this morning's coffee. And you'll see it's like this thick. Crazy.
Yep.
In a giant mug.
Rhonda said, I had a ribeye tonight and chicken soup using keto chow soup mix, cauliflower rice, mushrooms, and bacon pieces before starting a 40-hour fast. It was delicious.
Wow.
Keto chow for your versatility. Kabuto wants to know if anybody knows a gluten-free baking powder. I've been using Rumford to coat my chicken wings. I just use regular baking powder.
Yeah.
If you're trying to like get a crispy chicken wing, you can do it without baking powder, because I used to use baking powder. So if you go onto our YouTube and you search for crispy chicken wings,
yes,
and I think we even have a recipe video on our website about it, and we'll show you
just made them yesterday
how to crisp them up without the baking powder, and it's more of leaving them in the refrigerator uncovered for a little while, and the refrigerator will dry out the skin, and it'll help get super crispy without putting baking powder on it.
And they were delicious, because we were gonna go to Buffalo Wild Wings yesterday, Tuesday. We had them Tuesday, because we were gonna go to Buffalo Wild Wings, and then Joe's like, well, I have some chicken wings, let's just make ours.
Right.
And it was delicious.
Tanya finally got some U.S. Wellness Brunchweiger liverwurst. So good. Yes, it is very good, and it's almost always out of stock. Shell said,
favorite.
I keep cut up stuff in the fridge for drive-bys. I have summer sausage, sliced cheese slices, celery hearts, baby dill pickles. So if I'm hungry, I have something I can grab and eat.
That is so stinking smart. And it's not like, so some people are way into meal prep, and some people are like way against meal prep. And I am right there smack dab in the middle. I like some grab and go options in case you're like, I want to add a little something or put a splash of something in it. You're making chicken salad for dinner, and you're like, you know what? I'd like a little extra crunch. And if you already have some cut up green pepper, or you have a couple of broccoli florets, or you have something just already ready to go,
yep,
you're much better off.
Wow, we are so far behind. Jenna said, in the past, health was something I had to do. Now health is doing things like walking and keto naturally.
I love that.
Chrissy said health is no medication, good food, and feeling better.
That is so awesome.
Mike Lynn said, I got daily rinds for the Super Bowl. I never liked pork rinds until we had those on your recommendations.
Awesome.
Shauna said, I've canceled all my keto subscriptions except for my Chow Club and my Boca Java coffee.
Yum.
Shelly said, we must have gotten a bad batch of daily rinds. We found them stale and just message her.
Message her. She'll make it right.
Yeah. Renee said, I'm hoping to stop by our local meat market here in Rockport to catch their fresh fried chicharrones, fried in pork fat only on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. Deb said, I'm stopping keto. Oh, we read that one already. It's when it jumped. Are you doing another one? We're trying to catch up here.
I know. But
Gail said, will you be doing more what I eat in a day since you're upping your protein protocol?
Yes.
So we've been
You're
just cranking out stuff. We've got a couple more coming out, and we're going to have at least one what I eat in a day video. every week. It's just a matter of trying to get caught up on stuff. Remember, we had a month of not eating, which meant no eating videos, no recipe videos. So, in fact, that video from Universal was when we were still not eating.
Yeah. So here's the thing. So like, okay, everybody got a rest, and now you're going to be like inundated with 2KK stuff. So we're sorry, right from the get-go.
Defense was still got to make the protein custard.
Yes, it's really good. And my mom just like redid it last week, and she was like, why have I not been making this all the time? Like, this is so stinking simple. Okay, here's one. Same vocabulary. Everybody uses this word, but it's different. Different with the Keto dictionary. I feel good. What is I feel good? What was I feel good pre-keto? Not crawling to the bathroom.
Well, for me, I feel good was I got up.
Yeah.
I was able to get out of bed.
Yes.
Right. That was I feel good. Like not I can conquer the world.
Yeah.
It was I actually can get out of bed today.
I have been getting up and walking my 5 miles every morning. When I first get up, I'm loving it. And I'm really appreciating the accountability that you guys provide for me in the Facebook family group, where I have to go in and I need to show a picture of something that I saw on my 5 mile walk, so that I need the accountability from you guys. You know, so if you don't see a picture from me one day, you need to be like, Rachel, did you go and do your 5 miles? Because I know that's part of your goals, and I'm going to hold you accountable, lady. So, but I've been really enjoying that. But I'm telling you what, when I had...
And it was 40 degrees this morning.
It was, and I'm like, I'm doing it. Like I said, yesterday, I actually passed a wild coyote, and I still went and got my steps in. I'm pretty proud of that. But anyway, so... walking for 5 miles, that wasn't even like a pipe dream for me. My thing was, because I had terrible heel spurs. Mm-hmm. I had such terrible, like where I had to get shots in my feet like several times a month. The thought of staying on my feet for the duration of like my work schedule, that was it. Where I didn't have to go talk to somebody and say like, hey, I got to stop what I'm doing right now. I need to go sit down for a little bit, and then I'll come back to the work. The fact that I don't have to do that anymore. Right. That is way different. That was I feel good. Was I didn't have to sit down during work and like tap out. And now it's I can go and go. So
awesome. You're doing so awesome.
Thank you, Lord.
We got a super chat we missed. Caboodles,
hey,
thank you very much for the $5 super chat. She said, thank you for the suggestion on wins. I'm going to check out your site in the video. You are a blessing.
You're a blessing.
Maureen said, keto chow egg as a fat. Yes. So, again, in the month of January, we were only eating keto chow, but that includes whatever the fat is. And I started this new protocol with Bronson to try to get to look like him because we're the same age. And he was like, I need you eating at least 150 grams of protein a day. He's like, every single person should be eating the amount of protein, whatever your goal weight is. If you weigh 140 pounds, as a woman, you should be eating 140 grams of protein per day.
And at first you're going to be like, whoa, that sounds
and that video
crazy.
Was coming. But I was, at the time, eating 75 grams of protein a day. And he was like, up the protein. And I'm like, how am I going to up my protein that much? And it came down to 3 eggs per meal, in addition to the keto chow, which has 25 grams of protein. And that gave me 150 grams of protein a day. So I was adding fat to my keto chow plus 3 eggs. And it makes it super creamy. Even Rachel likes it. It makes it super creamy, super thick. And now my new wake up in the morning is, whereas I was drinking a giant soda in the morning, I wake up in the morning and on the way out the door, I take a blender bottle, I fill it to about here with almond milk, and then I fill the rest with water. I put an egg in, a scoop of keto chow, and about 5 ice cubes. I blend it in the blender, and that's my breakfast. And I'm starting off the day with, and no extra fat. The only fat is whatever is in that egg yolk.
Well,
and that's how I'm starting my day now.
And I got to say, the protein is making me feel great. I feel like it's really helping.
Your hair is growing.
With my skin, my hair is growing. And I know this is right now, I'm going to apologize and say this is TMI. But as far as regulating my time of the month, and I had totally thought I was past the whole, like, you know, early menopause thing, but the Lord has renewed my youth. Let's say that. All right. So like, and that has really, really helped. I've just overall, and I would have been like, no, I can't have that much protein. Like, no way.
Right.
But it's really been helping me.
Chris said, I forgot to pay for something once at Sam's Club, went to pay for it in the parking lot using the Scan and Go app and discovered that I did pay for it.
Crisis averted.
Denise said, I love your singing, Rachel. You need a singing channel. Duet with Nisha.
I
That would be
love
awesome.
listening to Nisha sing.
It just jumped again.
I'm like excited for baby Barry Beckett because his mama's singing lullabies to him, and I know he's just living his best baby life.
Rhonda said, yesterday calories were 1814, protein was 163 grams, fat was 112, and net carbs 14. I lost 1.3 pounds overnight, back on track, and pretty much trying to find my maintenance point, still in ketosis. Those are great macros. I can tell you right now what your maintenance point is. You want to know? People are gonna laugh. Here's your maintenance: 1-to-1, protein to fuel. So if you're eating 180 grams of protein, whatever your weight, you want to weigh 150 pounds, 150 grams of protein, 150 grams of fuel, and your fuel is your fat and your carbohydrates combined. That's it. You eat that, you're gonna maintain.
Wow. There you go.
And it's working. Rachel said, Shelly said, you are sweet, Rachel. Shaw said, what is Keto Brick? I keep hearing about it. We have lots of videos on Keto Brick. It's a meal replacement bar put out by Keto Savage. He created it for himself. It's a 1,000 calorie bar that is 80% fat with perfect keto macros. And it's not a candy bar. It's a meal replacement bar, but a lot of people break it down and use it as like fat bombs,
you can melt it
just
down
to give themselves a little bit of extra fuel.
We have a lot of videos on it. If you look, because we did do it for 7 days also. That's, again, we felt great. I mean, that's the thing. If you went on a nothing but the cereal we ate today, 3 meals a day video, I guarantee by the end of 7 days you would feel like crap. You would feel like absolute garbage. It may say keto on the box, but if you ate that 3 meals a day for 7 days, you would not feel like you would feel eating 3 meals a day keto chow or, eating Keto Brick as your 7 days.
Steph said we're still having to use our CPAPs. I've tried laying down without it and can only get about 30 minutes without it.
That's okay.
And we're not saying, please do not give up your CPAP without talking to your doctor.
My goodness, no.
Okay, we're not saying that, but I know that you're going to be able to ditch it at some point.
But you know what I like is the fact that even your
mind... You can go 30 minutes. I bet you that's better than it used to be.
Well, and here's the thing. There was probably a time, at least before keto, or maybe in the beginning of keto, where you're like, this is a forever thing, and there's no chance, there's no hope ever of getting rid of anything, not medication, not anything, right? That these things, I mean, I remember my mom saying, like, I will go on keto to lose weight, but this type 2 diabetes thing is a life sentence. I've had it for 20 years. You don't understand.
Right.
So the fact that like any of that can go, just getting your mind into that possibility of like, wait a minute, there's hope of reversing something. Like, what a great, like, your life is just feeling better because there's hope in it.
Yep. Carla said, I will never be able to get rid of my CPAP because I got hit with a softball playing for an Army team at 19 and my something is crooked. I'm so sorry. Yeah, that definitely stinks.
That is unbelievable.
Tanya said, I gave away some of my keto chow to my grocery girl and she loved it.
What a nice thing to do.
That is awesome. Defense Wiz says, the frother sounds great for almond milk. It is.
I couldn't believe it.
And let's see. Devin said, do you froth the almond milk before putting it in the coffee? Yes. So we're putting it in the little frother, and then you want to get it?
Yeah.
And then we
do you
put
want to do some?
No. We put it in the frother.
We'll do it in a video.
And then you just put a little bit in, and it takes like 30 seconds to a minute. You can have it froth, or you can have it heat and froth, or you can have it just heat. And then while you're pouring your coffee, and then what we do is we actually put that in and then let the coffee come on top, and it gives you a nice frothy thing. But it just gives you that nice milk feeling, like almost like heavy cream without having the heavy cream. Shelly said, I'm weird. I actually like my CPAP with the fresh air pouring into my face. Feels nice.
Well, that's a different.
This is it, and you feel, so the bottom is here, and you put about this much almond milk in. So not a lot. It's like literally 1 to 2 ounces.
And you can see there's like the little frother guy at the bottom, and you just push the button, and then you can add the little, like a skinny syrup in here, or like a little bit of a drop of stevia or something. And then we like to put the milk in first, and then pour the coffee in. Mm-hmm. And then it's so thick, it rises to the top, but at the same time, it's giving you a little bit of flavoring in your coffee.
And I'm sure those little stick ones will do the same thing, except for I make a mess with those things.
Yeah.
But this heats it too, which is why we like it.
Yeah.
And it wasn't super expensive. It was like $28 or something like that. Dennis said, I need a 44-ounce ceramic stein, plenty of room for two keto chows.
Yep.
Deb said, speaking of keto chow, I love the recent mug cake recipes. Rachel, I modified the devil's food cake recipe to a chocolate toffee version.
Ooh, okay.
Yummy.
All right, I'm on board with this.
Rhonda, thank you very much for the $5 super chat. Thanks for that, Joe. You confirmed what I thought. I try to give back because I'm not a patron and I watch and love your channel. Well, thanks you
Rhonda.
so much.
You're awesome.
We have, by the way, there are packages going out to all of our patrons.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Rachel stood in line at the post office today as the post office guy said that if the envelope is thicker than this, you have to pay $5 for a package that weighs 1.4 ounces.
I know. There's some Valentine's nonsense.
There's some stuff in there.
It's Valentine's Day.
Yeah, because we found out that my net stamps don't work anymore. I have to order special stamps for home.
I thought you said nut stamps. I was like, did you have a nut? What's a nut stamp?
No. Carmen said, oh, crud, thanks for reminding me about chicken wings. I need to take mine out of the freezer for Sunday.
What was it? I think it was Shauna. I think she was the one put in our family group like a couple of days before Thanksgiving. Someone needs to hear this. Take the turkey out of the freezer.
Yeah.
And I was like, yes.
He said we never
it was for
add
my mom.
anything to our wings. We cook them frozen in the air fryer and they always come out crispy. Yeah,
very nice.
Air fryers are a little bit different than an oven. Because it's got that high circulating air, it will get them a little bit crispier than putting them in an oven.
If you've ever done the frozen wings in the oven, not as crispy.
But I will tell you, if you defrost them and if you get the refrigerator, they'll come out crispier faster if you let them sit in the refrigerator. Because what happens is the refrigerator pulls the moisture out of the skin itself.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Christopher, Joe's going to catch up with me in protein soon. I'm over 175 every day. Gonna up mine soon too, I think.
That's awesome.
That is awesome.
Shauna said, I just got the pork and good seasoning, a couple of different ones. I want to try. They're really good. That's how we made our wings the other day.
Yeah.
Shaw said, I can't wait to get my mug cake keto chow order.
Steph says, I feel good because I can walk miles versus a few feet.
That is awesome.
That is so good.
Jessica said, my I feel good was being able to get up in the morning and not limp or 20 minutes because my feet hurt and my degenerative joint pain in my knees has been almost non-existent all winter.
Which is incredible, and I feel like everybody has been getting very cold winters, so if we were going to start feeling better in the cold weather, this was the year to start feeling better in cold weather.
You need to do this. So Annie said, I walk in the morning too. I use Charity Miles app, and they will send money to the charity of her choice, which is St. Jude, for every mile that she walks.
Yeah, okay, thank you.
Makes me want to do it more.
And it's called
the
Charity
Miles app.
Oh my gosh, I'm totally doing that. Thank you, Annie.
Chris said balls. That's an old one.
Balls.
Caboodles. I just jumped again.
Where do we find keto mug cake recipes?
Okay, well, I don't have the thing here. Is it down there? Is that the open one right there in front of you? Right
this
there.
Right here?
No, that's it. So there's a couple on the website. I think we have one. And then they have a mug cake bundle, which there's a link down below, which comes with a mug. It comes with recipe cards for 4 different flavors, if you get the 4 different flavor one, and then keto chow to make them. But then once you have the recipe cards, you can make them all the time. And I do have another. We gave one away last week, and we have our 100th episode of Keto on the Couch coming this week.
Can you believe it?
And I think we're going to give away another one because I have one.
Yep.
An extra one. And I think we're going to give that away for Keto on the Couch. I think.
Because it's episode 100.
Rhonda said, visited my mom for her 85th birthday on Sunday, and my twin brother and other siblings said I look like a Barbie doll.
Right?
People are saying that I'm getting really small. I'm not seeing it. Nowhere near skinny.
Oh my goodness. But Ron, and you're getting so healthy too. You're beautiful, lady.
Tanya said, I added egg yolks to my routine and ended up with lots of bathroom stops.
Really?
I would say, again, it could be just because you've had nutrient imbalances and you're starting, that happens a lot of times with keto chow. Like you never were getting enough magnesium, and now all of a sudden you're getting the proper amount of magnesium if you're doing like 3 a day, and you spend a couple of days on the pot.
And then you get regulated.
And then it gets regular.
Yeah. But it might be, your body's saying like, we've got to get fixed.
Carmen said 140 grams of protein is hard for me. That's a lot of food in just a few meals. I'd like to know how to do this the cheap way. Protein is cheap.
Tuna fish,
chicken,
chicken,
eggs, egg whites. Annie said, yes, it doesn't cost me anything and it keeps me motivated. Sonia wants to know, do I put a whole egg or just the yolk? I am using the whole egg. So in an egg, the yolk is the nutrients, the white is the protein. So that's just something. So when you need protein, you want a lot of white, because the white is going to give you all the protein. The yolk gives you all the nutrients. There's almost no nutrients at all in an egg white. So that's why eggs are the perfect food. They are the complete food. It has everything you need in an egg.
Isn't that amazing?
Pam said, do you have a special brand of egg that you use raw? Yeah, the ones from our chickens.
Yeah.
But honestly, any egg. We just talked about it last week. Was it Keto on the Couch?
I can't stop thinking about Hannah. She had an egg today, and
Anthony and Sarah are on the patio, and it was late in the day.
She would not stop.
An hour.
Just crowing about the fact that, like, has anyone really appreciated the egg that I just gave this family?
She didn't stop until somebody went out and took it out of the hen house.
And pet her for it. Like, good job, chicken laying egg. Like, I thought this was just something you did.
So I think it was last week's Keto on the Couch. If you go watch that, we talk about eating eggs raw. And if you're concerned about salmonella, most salmonella cases are coming from the shell, not the egg. So just make sure, like, when you crack it, don't crack it on the edge of your glass and then put it in. You want to crack it like on the table.
And don't do this thing.
And don't separate like this. Either use your hand or use an actual separator, because again, the salmonella would be usually on the shell, not so much in the egg. But I think it's like 1 in 30,000 eggs even have a chance. Like, the chance of, you've got a higher chance of salmonella going out to eat or even going to get a cup of coffee at Wawa.
Yeah.
And if you worry about mayonnaise,
I love coffee at Wawa.
The acids in lemon juice and stuff would kill any salmonella anyway.
There you
go. Let's see. Steph said, my macros today are 1,675 calories, 139 protein, 8 total carbs, 120 fat. I love seeing the protein higher than the fat.
I love seeing that.
Christopher said, oops, I quit my CPAP without talking to my doctor, but I didn't tell you to do that. Renee said, I get around 130 to 150 grams of protein. Deb said, I believe it was 1 to 2 keto pucks that recently added daily helped finally break a long stall of a 1 + 1 + 1 + 1 + 1 on the scale.
Wow, that's awesome. That is so good.
Okay. Chris Reed said the frother also works well with Keto Super Creamer. I was going to try that, and I haven't tried it yet.
Heath reversed his in just 6 months.
That's so awesome. Gail said Nicole Burgess has the same frother.
Oh, really? Yeah, this thing is awesome.
Pam said, what is a Patreon? So there's a link down below for our Patreon account, and basically it's a way, if you want to help support the channel a little bit, where you can give us $5, $10, or $25 a month, and it just helps us, like, be able to buy equipment and continue doing things, and we've got a few little rewards. We're adding some more rewards, including all Patreons going to be getting a free t-shirt. Oh, you came up with the name from your mom. What was the name? What are we calling our Patreons? You don't remember now.
I don't remember.
Baconators.
Yeah, but then we were afraid that, like, well, they're still voting on it. The Patreons.
Oh, okay. Well, you're supposed to put that up tomorrow.
Yes.
So every Friday, Rachel puts up a nice little blog post called Fearless Friday about her thoughts on something that's going on to help inspire you. And we're doing monthly live streams for Patreons, as well as we're going to be starting monthly Zoom meetings for our Patreons. So there's a link for it down below. Don't feel obligated at all.
No.
It's just a way if you really want to support us and help us build the channel and spend more time with you guys, is how we can do that. Christopher said, I love my keto chow mug. Wasn't a fan of the mug cake recipe. Icing was great, but I love the mug. The mug itself was worth the $30.
I like how thick it was.
Yep. Shelly said, I need Heath to build me a mug holder. I need Heath to build me a mug holder.
I need Heath to build me an everything. Everything. Kitchen, like the cabinets, like everything is just gorgeous.
So Lisa asked once again, whole egg or just the egg yolk? I'm using the whole egg. Shauna said, my Valentine present from Rachel and Joe. Woohoo.
You're so cute.
Stephanie said, thank you for the Valentine gift. So, let's see. Defense was said, okay, I know the frother. I've seen that around. Nice to have your thumbs up on it.
Oh, is Matt and Mega having another baby?
I'm so far behind in watching videos.
Scooch up. I just saw just in case you're interested, Matt and Mega just announced that baby Theo will be a big brother in July.
Oh, that's awesome.
Congratulations.
I'm like 5 videos behind on them. I'm behind on everybody's videos.
I am so excited.
That is awesome.
They make pretty babies.
Darcy said, please show the frother again and post the brand, please. As soon as we're done, I will post the link for it down in the description.
Yeah, this is what it looks like. It's pretty heavy feeling, and it sits down in a
Unless you want to read a couple and I can post it now. But
I can read a couple.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to go to the other computer because you need the...
Did Hannah lay a double yolk? She didn't, but here's the weird thing. She lays a very distinguishable egg. She's not an Easter egg layer, but it's much lighter than the other eggs. So it's very easily distinguishable. Like somebody every once in a while has been laying like a threefer where it has 3 yolks in it. Now that, like, you hear that, like they're screaming when they lay that thing. Hoopcat says, our local UPS guy is working very late. Bless him. He just delivered my keto chow order and it's 9:45 p.m. God bless him. Yes, my dad retired from UPS after 38 years with UPS, and they hug your UPS person. Like, they work so hard. Bless their hearts. We couldn't do this without them, right? Every single time I have an opportunity to thank our FedEx person, the people that work for the post office, the people that work for UPS, I feel like they've just helped us to just keep on going, and man, they're just so awesome. So blessed by them. Defense said that dip you made on your live the other night with the cream cheese looked awesome. Everything they make is delicious. I have yet to use a Heath and Shelly recipe that isn't incredible. They're amazing. Tanya says, so 3 whole eggs plus 4 yolks equals bathroom visits for a number 104. Lots of magnesium in yolks. Renee says, and when I take diced chicken breast in the car for lunch, I always add a small cup of fatty dip. That's like really, really smart. I love that. Yeah, and that's the thing. We can bring stuff along. I'm like Carrie Brown. I carry purse bacon around. I know that that's not a thing for a lot of people. I mean, instead of a candy bar in my purse, there's always bacon. Shauna says bacon eggers. Bacon eggers, that's a good one too. Christopher says, I like the Baconators. Steph says, can Baconators be used since Wendy's have a burger called that? That's what I was concerned with, that like we'd get in trouble somehow. Where do we see the poll for the Patreon names? He's got to post that. We'll have to post it in the Patreon group tomorrow. I've heard a lot of folks refer to the Patreon as the tip jar of the internet. That's probably a good way to see it. I like that. Shauna says, yay, Matt and Mega. Stuart says, hello from Perth. Welcome. Shauna says, I need a new one.
Okay.
Did you post it in the thing?
I posted down in the description. I just posted it in the chat so that we can...
Shauna says, wow, a 3-for overachiever layer. Yeah, when we got the 3 egg yolks inside the egg.
And somebody's giving us 2 eggs a day. Because lately I've been getting 7 eggs a day. Gail says, Rachel, did you lose any weight or inches during your fast? And you're so happy to be eating again. Yes, I am. We did, like Joe said, we stayed on keto chow. I've completely lost my COVID-19. And it was 19. Mm-hmm. It was an actual 19 pounds over the course of the year. So I'm very happy. And we did vlog our first day of eating.
Yeah.
That's coming out in a couple days.
I'm very happy to have lost that again, but I'm also very happy to have gone back to like, you know, full fat eating this week, eating lots of really yummy meals.
Yep.
And by upping my protein, my not seeing the scale go up. So I think that is pretty much the most rewarding thing for me is like eat the most amount of food and don't gain a bunch of weight and feel great. Like that's pretty awesome.
So it's 9:55. We'll go till 10 o'clock. We'll do an hour and a half tonight. Kim said, doesn't the egg white make the shakes slimy? No, because the yolk emulsifies it. Plus, the acacia gum is acting as an emulsifier too. So it is not slimy at all. And it was in every keto chow that we drank for the last week of January, and Rachel never knew until afterwards.
I didn't know.
And the only reason it was there is because I was making them, and I wanted to be able to just throw it in the blender and make it. And it was just not worth like me trying to make them separately. Now, the one thing I will say is like when I do it, don't make it with an egg and then sit it in the refrigerator for days. So if you're going to make your keto chow ahead of time and you want to drink an egg, either drink it right away or like let it sit for 15 minutes to let the vitamin so you don't have a vitamin taste, because some flavors will have a little bit of a vitamin taste if you don't like let them, you know, dissolve in the water.
And do their thing.
Or what you can do is you make your keto chow ahead of time, like a day or two ahead of time, and then right before you go to drink it, stick it in the blender with the egg. But don't let raw eggs sit out of the shelf for days. Like you want to consume, when you crack an egg, if you're going to consume a raw egg, like right away, unless you're making mayonnaise. But again, that's because the lemon juice is going to like kill any salmonella. But that's the whole thing is salmonella or any of those kind of things, they need time to actually start building up and multiplying. So doing it right away, you don't have any problems.
Yeah, so that's very different than like you're making keto chow with butter.
Yeah.
Keto chow with butter, you can stick back in the refrigerator and it's fine for days.
So long as you use a blender.
Exactly.
Devin said, how many eggs do you get a day from the chickens? We average, I want to say we were averaging 4. We have 6 chickens. We were averaging 4. And again, that's during the winter, so I'm pretty good with that. But lately, we're averaging 5. But we have some days, like today we got 8. Yeah. Yesterday we got 6, and today we got 8. So 2 people worked overtime.
Well, and here's the thing. We have been, because Joe has been working with the chickens to have them do tricks. And so we've been upping their protein as well.
I give them salami and make them jump up to my waist.
They eat scrambled eggs. They eat bugs. We give them like freeze-dried bugs and things like that. And it's helping them too. And boy, they are spry.
He said, I have heard a lot of folks refer to Patreon as the tip jar of
I read
the
that.
internet.
You can go down.
Okay.
I read that. Boy,
yeah, YouTube offers something similar called memberships. We could have memberships. I don't like it because it's not much different than Patreon. Only YouTube takes like 50% of the money, and I don't feel like we need to make Google any richer.
Right. I think they're Googled. They're good.
Steph said, I'd like to see a 3-fer. Angela said that's what happens when you're busy making your own.
Darcy says, boy, that girl who laid the 3-fer deserves her own house. Yes. And let me tell you.
I don't know who it is, though.
I'm not sure if that one. Hannah, like every time she lays an egg, she wants a party in her honor.
He said, I still think the group name should be the Krazy Clan.
Just to stick with the 2KK clan.
I like that. I like that.
Clan.
I don't know if I like the word clan.
Yeah.
And
is there something else?
Like
Too crazy.
I remember Anthony saying something like we should call it like the 2 Crazy Keto something, and I'm like, that would be 3K.
Yes, that is never going in our name ever.
I'm like, we can't do that.
No.
I like it, but I just worry, especially because
I like the alliteration, but
Lisa said, hubby holds the Patreon account. Is there a way we can share it, or do I need to be? No, of course you can share it. I don't know what are you trying to share for. Send me an email. But yes, no, you're both your husband and wife. That's like Keith and Shelly, or Chris and Miriam, or like ones that Rachel and I do, even with Dr. Berry, we're patrons of, or I guess it's patrons of Dr. Berry. Like
Misha.
we both are members of their group and stuff, even though we only have one account. But it's both of us. We're a couple. You go together.
We go together like shamalama.
Lisa said I put daily minerals in my coffee.
See, that's a good thing too. That, I mean, we talk about don't Lion King things, and that what I mean is, especially if somebody is not keto and you know how it is with kids when you're trying to like put something in there, even when you were like trying to sneak in vitamins and stuff like that, you're not like, this is fortified with liver, Rachel. If he does that,
right,
then I immediately put a wall up to it. But if he just gives me ground meat and he's just like got the liver in there and I don't even know that like the liver or any other organ meat is inside of the ground beef, I'm fine. Like, I don't know. And the egg, he never Lion Kinged it. He never was like, drink this. Mwah, wah,
now,
wah.
let's make something clear. Like, the egg thing, I wasn't trying to get something over on Rachel. It was totally, like, me being lazy and not wanting to make two different batches. The liver in the ground beef, she has told me to sneak it in because she wants to eat the liver, but she doesn't want to know she's eating the liver.
And the mineral drops, that is a great way. Like, sometimes I'll just do a shot of it, but it is, like, it is daunting.
Renee said, oh my heavens, I just took a tablespoon of daily minerals. My first time trying, I had to try it. Thankful for a cold can. Yeah, don't do that.
You want to do
First of all, it may really mess with your stomach with all those minerals.
It's a big shot, and you might even feel like a little woozy in your head.
Yeah.
So what I like to do is when I'm cooking an egg, when I'm doing an egg, or when Joe's making ground beef, just put your daily minerals right in there while you're cooking.
It's like a salt.
And it will just come out tasting like salt. Like a salted
you won't taste
meat,
it, I promise.
Instead of it being that like wonky taste. Like
Gail said, Joe, same question for you. Are you happy with your post-fast results? So I do want to explain, we were not fasting for results. We were fasting for God. I guess I am down since, I don't know what I weighed January 1st because I went off the rails on our trip with the kids. And I refused to get on this. My first time from January, so we started our fast on January 1st of Keto Chow only. And from January 1st to January 10th, which is when I started with Bronson, I don't know where I started on January 1st, but I know on January 10th, I want to say it was like 204 pounds. I'm pretty sure I was over 210 coming home from the Christmas trip with the kids, and we never went off of keto, but it was like a bag, I mean a Costco-sized bag of moon cheese in a day. And not looking at anything, like only keto food, but not looking at anything. So I would say if I had to guess on January 1st, I was 209. 2 weeks ago, I was down to 196. And since then, I've put on 5 pounds, but 4 pounds of that is muscle. Well, according to getting a DEXA scan and using the, whatchamacallit scale. I forget the name of the scale.
And that is such an important thing again.
So I'm happy, yes.
We are used to a changed way of thinking. So there is a different thing for like, what does weight? If I write that down, what does...
It's 10 o'clock, Rachel.
I know, I'm sorry. There's probably the biggest difference in, this is a vocabulary, but a different dictionary. What does the number on the scale mean? Now, in the past, it meant my value in life. It meant whether or not I was a good person or not a good person. If I was successful or I was a failure. That's what the number on the scale meant. Mm-hmm. Now, the number on the scale is meaning different things, especially when you have a scale like we have gotten, that we've invested in, where it is taking apart that number on the scale. Because the number on the scale as a whole is not telling me my muscle versus my fat. It's putting it all together. When I get on our regular traditional scale where we're like, the scale is the devil, it's just giving me one view. And now I'm starting to gain muscle, lose fat, but that number on the scale is a higher number than my lowest weight I've ever weighed. And so at first I was like very freaked out about that. because it's like if I don't see like 146 and I see 148, it means that I'm going in the wrong direction. But that's not true because I've gained a tremendous amount of muscle.
Right.
And that weighs that, you know what I mean? So like I'm back into a size 2, but the scale number is increased, but I'm stronger. So so that's
right.
All of that has to play in. It's kind of a new definition for that.
Right. It just jumped. Steph said me and Jimmy share our Patreon. He said one of his friends named all of their kids K's.
Wow.
So he said to them, like, you have a nice clan now. Like,
the Craft Crew.
I like that one.
That's cute.
The
Club Crew.
I'll probably be doing your method from now on. He said she had to at least see what it was like. Yeah, that would be, and a tablespoon. That is a lot. Christopher said, can't do those minerals. I should use it when I'm cooking, but I haven't yet.
Yeah, the cooking makes a big difference with it.
Okay. There's the Heath comment. I have a friend who named all 3 of her girls with a K name. I told her that's a great little clan that you've got there. Steph said, I'm getting unhappy with Zip Fizz. They are high. They are so high on the limon. Again, now part of the problem is with the Zip Fizz and a lot of these other products that where everybody's thinking all of a sudden they've increased the carbs. They haven't. It's the FDA guidelines have changed on labeling. So what you're seeing now is what it actually always was. With the exception of Keto Chow, because they won't let you take acacia gum off anymore.
Right.
But no, that's what it is you're seeing because the rounding has changed and what they're allowed to use has changed. So you're seeing more actual, which I'm good with. I really wish we would go to like Europe and have a standard serving size, either the package or I think it's 100 grams, where you would just know all the time instead of playing these games. It's
challenging, especially if you're trying to track.
Yep. Shell said weight equals your worth.
Yeah.
Yep.
Shauna, thank you.
Shauna, thank you for the $5 super check. Are you planning it? Yes, we are.
Yes, we
I don't
are.
know if it's going to be 24 hours. I think we may start with a 12-hour and see if we can handle it. The biggest problem with it is internet, right? Now, I've got to figure out what's going on with my computer because we have gig speed. If I go on my main computer, I am averaging like 875 megabits, 875 download speed and like 100 up. Here on my laptop, which is hardwired, I can't get more than like 90 download. So I don't know if it's the wire is bad or what, but yeah, I just worry about an outage and then it screws the stream up. But we're trying to figure out the best, what did we want to do with it? The best charity that we would do it for. So we want to do like a live stream for charity, but I really want it to be somehow keto related, like somewhere like, even if it's St. Jude or like something for Alzheimer's, like Rachel's grandmother passed away from Alzheimer's, my father passed away from brain cancer. So somehow keto related, but we are going to do something as soon as we can get all the logistics together. And then we've got to make sure Rachel doesn't say balls for 24 hours. Christopher said, I just got done weighing for 4 days straight, every 2 hours. Pretty interesting data. There's a tremendous amount. It goes up and down, right? And you're like, how did it go up and I didn't eat anything yet? Yep. Stephanie said the number on the scale says you are not achieving like you want to. It is a liar. Do pictures and measurements. They tell the truth. So stinking true. And again, like, not to spoil anything, but I got on with Bronson today, and I'm like, I am like aggravated, Bronson. Like, you told me to increase my protein. You told me to increase the amount of food I'm eating. I want to lose weight. I want to get back down to the 185 that I used to be. And I went down and now I'm back up. And then he was like, well, let's look at all the rest of the data. And it's big difference. You've lost like 7 pounds of fat. Your basal metabolic rate has gone up by over 100. He was like, so you're looking at the wrong number. He's like, look at all the data on one of those scales except for the top number, the one in big bold numbers that says the weight, because that means nothing. He's like, if you dropped 4 sizes but went up in 10 pounds, would you be happy? And mentally, you want to say, no, I wouldn't be happy. Like, I'm not going to be happy to see a higher number. Think about that. Would you be okay if the number on the scale went up? But your sizes went down.
But you went down 3 sizes. Would you be okay with that? Because that's what gaining muscle but losing weight, like losing fat, would mean.
Right. Defense says, which is why I've ditched pretty much all packaged foods. Total pain in the tuchus.
It's a pain.
It is. Mary Jo said, donate to Nutrition Coalition.
There you go.
Okay.
I'm going to write down.
Shauna said, none of those numbers mean anything to my brain.
That's good.
Steph said, I don't have a Costco. Christopher said, I think Zip has changed theirs, though. They even made peach mango drinkable by taking out now that they made that change a while ago, taking out the maltodextrin.
Yeah. I'll never forget beautiful Autumn's face.
Oh my gosh.
When she found out about that, it was like, peach mango, why did you do this to me?
Yep.
She's so cute.
Okay. We're going to get off. Steph said I'd be okay with it because I'm building muscle, which is what we need.
Yeah.
John said, I need to see the weight on the scale go down, which again, that's hard for me mentally. I got myself down to 200 and to 180, averaging 180 through 185 pounds. So to be back up to 200. And his whole point is what if you were skinnier than when you were at 185, but you weigh 200? Are you going to be okay with that? And I want to say, well, yeah, I'd be okay with it, but it's going to be really hard mentally to deal with not seeing that 180s number. But again, it's about health. It's not about that number on the scale. It's about your health.
Yeah.
Pam said, Joe, how many eggs did you say you use in Keto Chow? When I was only eating Keto Chow, I was doing 3.
Shelly says, that's what my coach tells me too. I keep dropping inches, but the weight isn't changing. Yeah, and it's hard. But again, we can do this. We can change our mindset because we're keto. We've already gone so far in thinking differently and outside the box and being able to change like what we associate like with fat. Fat is no longer evil to us. Protein is not evil to us. So like we can change our mind about that scale as well.
Yep. So okay, we are going to get off. We've been blabbering for an hour and 40 minutes.
But thanks for hanging out with us.
Absolutely. And thank you for supporting our channel. We really love you guys. We really, care about everything that's happening with your health. We love being in the Facebook group and on the Patreon, and we love reading the comments, and we respond to as much as possible. And we do want you to know we read every comment. Sometimes we don't respond to them, but we read them, and we always put a heart once we read them. So if we haven't hearted, it's because we haven't seen it yet, but we do read every single comment.
Yeah.
So have a good night, guys.
We love you.
Bye.